Beloved and holy friend, thank you for joining me again. It is a day where we're gonna be dancing. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to play that track. I feel like suddenly, instantaneously chaos. Goddamn girls, though. Thank you. Okay. I'm having some technically difficulties, it seems. Okay. That's why. That helps. Want to get the right tracks. This shall be one of them. Push ourselves down so we can lift ourselves up. And then this one. Usually we don't cater that much, but today we shall. Love you! Just need to just pause this quickly, just as a reminder. This whole literal song and dance you're gonna be watching right now is for you, as a thank you. Right? That's what goes through my mind over and over again. Is how do I say thank you to someone in a way that the actual just saying thank you, isn't going to translate. So all of that jumping and jiving, that's gratitude. Very specifically, gratitude for you. Your existence, your participation. Shan, Duck Dad, it's nice having you. I think this is the most cloudy I've ever seen the stream. Not even that cloudy. It's probably just some image manipulation or perspective, I guess. This one, yeah. That is the scene, right? I think. My brain is trying to reverse and make sure it's okay. Shall we dance? I knew you didn't have clouds. Okay. Love you. Love you so much, dude.
Engravido toda noite só para ver o sol nascer. Te engravido toda noite só para ver o sol nascer. Não quero mais dormir do teu lado, prefiro ficar acordado, nublado no teu rosto pra lembrar de você, lembrar de você, lembrar de você. Você tem uma cara de quem vai foder minha vida, e seu olhar é um caminho sem saída, o seu corpo é um caminho sem saída. Então só entro. Gira, 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 só de Van Gogh. Gira, 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 só de Van Gogh. Gira, 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 só de Van Gogh. Gira, 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 só de Van Gogh. Você tem uma cara de quem vai foder minha vida, e seu olhar é um caminho sem saída, o seu corpo é um caminho sem saída. Então só entro. Take it, hold it, pass it down. Back it, lick it, pull it down. Take it, hold it, pass it down. Back it, lick it, pull it down. The fuck is EDM?
Can I help you, sir?
I'm here to see Thomas.
First and last name, please.
I'm Rob, the neighbor. Who the fuck are you?
I'll ask
Exactly.
the
Get
question,
the hell out
sir.
of my way.
Take it, hold it, pass it down. Back it, lick it, pull it down. Take it, hold it, pass it down. Back it, lick it, pull it down. Take it, hold it, pass it down. Back it, lick it, pull it down. Take it, hold it, pass it down. Back it, lick it, pull it down. Take it, hold it, pass it down. Back it, lick it, pull it down. Take it, hold it, pass it. Take it down.
One more. One more. We can go one more.
Mario.
Radio. Here we go.
nothing to think about except thoughts. So he loses touch with reality and lives in a world of his own.
Hot diggity damn. Thank you, friends, for being here with me. Oh, my body is telling me it's dying. It shall be fine. You'll be fine. Oh, you'll be fine. Share today's tracks. I will. Remind me again. Maybe I'll do it right now. No, I don't actually have the portal here. Oh, my body. I just need to catch my breath properly. I'm starting to be more analytical with my dancing. I'm trying to distill it into knowledge I can transfer. Fancy way of saying, how can I sell dancing to people, right? From a perspective of commitment. Do it like exercise. Because that shit is exercise, yo. I almost die every single time I dance. But it's good exercise. My heart gets pumping. My arms work, my legs work, my core works. And I enjoy what I'm doing. I enjoy it. But then also I look like that afterwards. Which kind of defeats the purpose. It's like, yeah, you might enjoy it, but you also happen to look like an actual insane person. How are you still unstraitjacketed? Get this man a straitjacket right now. Let me open the comments. Oh. I could sense it in the ether. I could feel the waves. Let me see. Talk that again. Love you, friends. Oh, Lucia's here too. So nice having you. Dance mode, yeah. Joy V, yeah. Natalie, yeah. I always wonder if that is a dachshund on your pic. That is a very big dachshund. If it's a dachshund, I don't think so. Look at my hund. Hey, hund. That's what we call our dogs. Hund. Die? That's all. Hund. My puppy niya. Hund. Niya. My puppy is a wolf turkeys. A wolf turkeys, yeah. That's what I call our dogs. Our, I guess that's the English one as well. The thing we say, like cats say meow, dogs say woof. So the Afrikaans way of saying the W is a V. And then you add, instead of two O's, an E. And then turkeys is like making something smaller than it is. So like small little bark. Woof turkey. Small bark. You make my bark. Yeah. Words. Words and sounds. I wish I could understand what the birds are saying. That dude has been chatty. Lucia, that's Zoe. She is a cattle dog mix. I bet you dollars to donuts though. Our next dog will be a wiener dog. Are you looking forward to one? Has it been calling to you? Why do you feel so certain? I'm curious, Dr. What you planted? Sounds slow. Everything won't ramp up for a few more weeks. Plans that are up are looking happy. Thanks for asking. I'm in the grow room now. My mind is trying to run fractals for you, Duck Dad. I'm imagining this initiative that you could have, you know, maybe with like some high schools or something where you get kids that are interested in how you plan things and how you get things to being whole plants, right? The whole naming scheme that you kind of gave mine, right? Give them stuff like that as well. Unfortunately, it's a ball pot. Okay, I'm gonna go and treat my dad. Today in school, Amara is tapping trees for syrup. Sick! Sick! Tapping trees for syrup. How about that? Never something I've done. I still want to. That's so cool. Oh, that's so cool. I'm guessing it's like the spout types and not the all long tube things. Of course, because I haven't been able to experience it personally, my mind has gone through the internet rattle of it. There's so much, right? There's so much that we can take as like a normal human experience that most of the world will completely go without, have gone without for the longest time. But as a result of the internet and these freaking devices, we now have the ability to see things we never would have. Today's stream topic is supposed to be your path, right? That you are on some sort of path, and we can call that path just your life. And every step you take, right? No matter what it is, the food you eat, the people you talk to, your pets, and the relationship you have with them. I'm watching Pippi. I hope she doesn't change before I can switch back. Oh, she actually did. She had this cutesy little sitting position, and she could detect me being sneaky. I'm sorry, Pippi. Getting so quickly off the path of my conversation, like that. Maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. So the path, right? Your whole life being that path that you're on, and to think of it from this perspective of you do get to choose your path actively. Your path is undecided for lest you decide, right? Kind of vibe. And this perspective of you have an infinite amount of undecided paths open in front of you at any one point in time. And every single time you make one decision instead of another, you are either choosing from an active awareness to be on your path, or you're choosing not to be. And you can still get back onto your path, but as a result of you getting back onto it, it will be a different fractal of what it could have been, right? And it's like accumulative in my mind. And you always do accumulate, right? All of your past decisions make up how you feel and what you're doing right now. It's not a death sentence, but it is something that you have to be aware of. It's almost like the price we pay to remember, right? And then it makes complete sense why alcohol and the presents are so popular. Brings down our threshold to have to confront these things, puts it off a little bit longer. And it's like, again, in that scenario, making a decision to go down the wrong path again, right? And I don't know if this is necessarily the best way to see it sometimes, right? Because it creates this image in my mind sometimes where if I'm not perfect, I won't get to live the life I know I can. I won't be able to do as much good as I know I'm capable of doing. Right? And then it comes up in these fractals, especially with, I guess, the direct word or the simulacrum, the small little condensed fractal of it would be money YouTube, right? These content creators that make different type of videos about this is how you make X money in this amount of time. This is the business to go into in 2030. This is the that. This is how you make money with new AI tools. And then there's this fractal of me being on the other side, where I'm like, these things are all very possible. Why do I not feel the drive to do it? Right? Completely realizing that there is so much money to be made, but feeling like that is not my path in the way where I just cannot motivate myself to do it. Right? And then it creates again this weird dualistic fractal of, on the one side, the concern I have for myself, not needing more wealth, not almost like reaching a level of contentment that goes into, I don't want to use the word apathy, but I'm considering maybe just not even sloth, passivity. That's the word, maybe extreme passivity, right? And I'm so sorry about the wind noise. I know I'm also experiencing it. Great experience, wonderful. Feel like some JoJo character or something. You walk up to me. I have this scarf that turns into a snack if I throw it at you, or something. Getting off path. I'm sorry. So the fractal of passivity, of worrying that being okay with less can also take away my ability to do more for others, right? And then at the same time, feeling like I gain something by not pursuing certain fractals, even though I know it could, one way or another, bring more income. You friends experiencing this nonsense as well? You know what I'm talking about? I'm just imagining like 20 years from now, a person watching this exact moment and being like, I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about whatsoever, Mel. We live in a utopia. Nobody has any scarcity. We have reached singularity, and the first course of action was save humanity. Why? Because love is true, right? For all the things we do, for the path we're trying to take, if there's a true path, that is the right path, and there's a false path, then the truth path is the one that is loving. It's not always easy. Friend of mine have been experiencing some difficulty having a little kid that can sometimes be a little bit mean. And just it reminding me of how angry I was as a kid, right, towards my parents. Telling them I hate them. Right. Like it went deep, and you friends probably have a simulacrum of your own of it. A whole idea of what you were like a kid. Some of us look at it, through some weird lenses. All of us probably understand how they feel. when you have no frame of reference for how the world works, how painful things can be, and the only people you've ever really grown up with, your parents, do something that minorly inconveniences you to your fractal, it is some of the most painful experiences you've had, right? And that's the beauty of being the parent in that scenario as well, if you choose love to be true, to understand, right? To sit with your child as they're being mean to you and still be able to be loving. To choose that path out of the infinite paths that you have, right? And acknowledging that you're taking that path more than not, actively. Sometimes we might veer a little bit off the path, be in the forest a little bit. But we're still in the nice forest, not the dungeon forest, right? With the horrible path goes. Oh, goodness. Oh, my mind is running fractals. That's concerning me. Lozana, it's nice having you here. Connor, love you, dude. Mel, gathering energy to the beat of something else. Yeah. Rather compact, so over your head you may be a lower bar. When ladies and gentlemen get upstage and perform public mating dances, what are they wearing? Spicy JV entered the chat. Nah, you just left the way open, dog. I couldn't resist. I'm in a fantastic mood. So much love. A person who thinks all the time has nothing to think about except thought. He loses touch with reality and lives in the world of illusion. And that's kind of concerning. I saw an eye piercing from a circle that had these small little points. Wake up. The place from which you look is you. Unchanged. Always aware. Aware of different things. Change is the only constant after all. I don't have any hairbands on me. I'm weighing whether or not I should go and get one. Okay? I'm receiving the message. Wanting for things to be differently begets suffering. So, wanting a rubber band to tie my hair up, it's just me wanting for things to be differently. Wanting to make things differently more permanently so that things can continue to be differently afterwards. When what is right now is an experience, an itchy one. And yet, high fidelity. This might, I don't know if it's too much information. Maybe intrapersonal information. During my meditation today, I could feel the warmth of the air coming out of my nose, going over my lips. And it would create this blanket of warm air. And then as soon as I would stop exhaling, the draft would cool my lip down. And I would just go through that pattern of really deeply feeling and then coming back around. And I know the whole wanting for things to be differently begets suffering can, again, create so much passivity. So much passivity. So I'm curious as to where it will take me, what I will learn from it. Hopefully something Hopefully, I won't just be stuck in between doing everything and nothing. Right? I feel like we're spinning our wheels sometimes. You could teach us different sentences in Afrikaans every day. Maybe a word of the day, plus how it's used in sentences. Would you like that, though, Zana? I don't know if I can keep up with that. I feel like my Afrikaans has gotten bad, actually. uh, and there's only like 11 million people in the whole world that speaks it. So I feel statistically you're unlikely to use it. So nice of you to want to learn it from me, but I would probably prefer to speak to you in English, even if you did speak Afrikaans fluently. I speak English to Johan, who is Afrikaans. Where's my cat, Smelty? An immediate scan has picked up no hostiles. Enjoy me. Oh, I can't see the ghettos. They're probably chilling inside. It's a hot day. Very hot. They're probably. Oh, I'm so hot. Oh, I'm such a cat. Yeah. Give me some milk. Yeah. That's probably what I'm doing. Words are cool. Other languages have super specific words for complex things that take a bit of explaining in English, yet only take one word in some other language. And it's the connectation, right? Like it's almost like we spend our whole lives growing up in families where we see context and then a word being used. So we form that association very easily. It makes complete sense when someone sees this thing and says something, that those things go together. And yet, when you don't do that your whole life, you have to explain it to someone else almost. Life isn't cold to be out in her PJs. In her baby Yoda PJs, it's pajama day today. Pajama day and tapping trees. What a trip. What a world we live in right now. Just imagine going back 100 years, kids work in like factories at 6 years old. I'm not saying this is good. I'm just taking us back, right? Hearing that now 9-year-old girls get to keep wearing the pajamas, which they're like, what is pajamas? Oh, they get other sets of clothing to wear other than the one set of clothing that you think you only have, right? They only had like one set of clothing that they would just wear perpetually. So, gets to wear the clothing that she sleeps with exclusively to school. And then she's going to go and hit some spout into a tree and then extract from it liquid sugar that they're going to condense and make into a syrup. A syrup. Oh goodness, we've come far. I think we're on the right path. That's the point I'm trying to make. Is that a gobbledygoo? Did someone say but? I was saying but. If only Gob was here, the space would be so much brighter. And then like the sun rising, but rising at like lightning speed, not there, and then suddenly in chat right now, looking at us. My mind is like, I'm getting teleported to Teletubbies right now. I'm sorry, Gob. Suddenly, Gob is now attached to my Teletubby memories as a young child. Congratulations, Gob. You have become a more integral part of my life. We have only had big dogs. My wife's daughter talked about wanting a cuddle-sized dog. Our dogs are getting older, so I just see it in the future. Duckling would sure steal Pippi if given a chance. I'm also very pro cuddleable dogs. Unfortunately, having a dog that weighs as much as me is just not a appealing proposal to me, right? I'm like, if you had to make a list to convince me to not get a dog. You start with, it weighs as much as you. It can rip a human face off. Then I'm like already like, yeah, I'm probably not gonna go for that one. Just because I like kissing my dog's little foreheads. I just really kiss their little foreheads. You know, I do that. It might be unhygienic. I'm sorry. For future generations being like, he does what? He kissed his dogs on their foreheads. I stay away from their mouths, and they also know not to lick my face. Only get forehead kisses. Am I on the right path? I hope so. Oh goodness, I hope so. I feel like I'm losing my mind sometimes. Oh, we worry about not being able to do enough. Right? That we're not taking big enough steps on our path. You just have to keep taking steps. It's not about how big your steps are. You're not going to get to the end of your path any faster the bigger your steps are. And this might be morbid, I'm sorry. It might be a little bit morbid, but I had this thought in the corpse pose, it's called in yoga, where you just lay down and you pretend to be dead. Defeated. And it's very relaxing. And I was thinking to myself, because the yoga was also about the same topic, we're all on the same path towards death, right? And no path you take towards death is dangerous. Woo! Baie blinkerig. Is dit vir Venise partytjie? My cousin is turning 21. And she has a Coachella themed, Glamfest themed birthday party. So my sister is showing me her sparkly dress. Wil jy die mense ook wys? She wants to show you friends as well. Ah. Skinkering. Suzanne, thank you for joining us. Dankie Susa. Ja, ek sukkel. Dankie Susa. Ja.
Dit is half niks nie.
Thank you.
Ja,
Yeah, you made
Dit is niks help.
Ja, ek het die verkeerde kant gekies om my hare te kam vandag. Moes aan die kant toe gekom en dan sou ek beter gewees het. Leerfoute. Thank you, friends, for entertaining my little sis. We have had big dogs, yeah. The path has been one of procrastination as of late. If I could do what I know I needed to be done every day, my life would be different. So true about it. If I fail, once I fall back into the old ways. It's a step thing. It's just a step thing. You take one step, right? And even if you sit down, right, and you make the same mistake that you usually make, if you take another step tomorrow, you're still going in the right path. It's not a path about being perfect. It's about, at least in my mind, a path towards reaching what is your perfection. Right? It's like not being perfect right now is built into the way this whole thing is. Otherwise, you would defeat the whole purpose of it right from the get-go. If you were perfect, or whatever your measure of perfect is, right, financially, happiness, wealth, health, relationships, etc., 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 then you would suddenly be at a standstill point, right? Where would you go from there? So this imperfect fractal of ourselves allows for expansion. An act of forgetting what we already know. That's the thing that kind of confuses me as well. So much love. I just love in my eyeballs. Couldn't even miss it for a second. Mel, you will be proud. I use ChatGPT to write some of my marketing stuff. So good. My path is self-doubt. Working on it though. You got this, dude. Use your tools. Use your tools. I'm happy that you're using them, right? Like it really does a lot. I'm sorry for the wind noise. Maybe if I give you my scarf. You want my scarf? I don't know if it will help that much, but it's worth a try, right? Yeah. I got most of my phone wrapped up. It looks kind of cute actually, but I can't see chat at all. Fortunately, I have an extension. I was absolutely brutal to my parents, but looking back, it was because I had needs that I didn't know of, that weren't getting met, and they didn't know enough to identify this. So it was hurt battles. Yeah, same, dude. Same for all of us. Like we are different human beings, and our parents grew up in an age. They spent their whole lives preparing for an age that no longer exists, right? I don't have a lot of water today, and it's hitting extra hard. You're on a roll today, huh? All of us always do rolling. Sam, it was so unnerving. I spent 45 minutes trying to anguish on what to do. Finally, I gave up and read. Skibopity, but Gooby is here. Joe, it wasn't until I derailed it, like in a high encounter. Bruh, too real. Oh, that's too real. Oh, bruh. Oh goodness. Did you friends watch White Noise? I watched White Noise like literally I think 2 weeks before the thing in Ohio happened. And my mind is still getting melted about that fact. Almost doesn't make sense. It's almost too real. It's almost like that movie came out and people didn't pay attention to it. And then we had to have it happen in real life. This carb helps immensely. So smart, Melty. Yeah. My brain is expanding. The universe is technically doing all of the work. I'm happy that this scarf is helping. I wish I could show you, friends, what it looks like. I can show you now, friends. Look at it. Look at it. Looks like almost like a robot. Robo Street. Kind of like a bandit. This cool scarf and his eye peeking out. Am I the only one? Am I tripping out right now? Maybe. Okay. I need to come back into the moment. I love that dress. I'm happy you friends like it. It's sparkly. Happy 21st. You only get it once. This is true. Thank you for the love. But not exactly an outfit for Coachella. Yeah. When she told me that it's supposed to be a Coachella or like a glam fest, the first thing that I thought was, I don't know if you really want to dress the way that I've seen some of the people dress. The scarf helps. I'm again happy. Yeah. It makes my heart happy. Instructions unclear. Now okay for a meth cook. That's a Midwest fractal right there. Whoa, how much did I miss? Allow me to advise you from my many years of experience. The ideal recipe is the Jesse Pinkman, getting high, eating Cheetos, touching yourself. No. I just read an article in the New York Times about the hundreds of child workers here in the US. Of course, there are migrant children, and they die in super dangerous jobs in the meat packing and construction. I don't know what I'm supposed to say about that. Am I supposed to condemn it? I feel it goes without saying that is something we all condemn. It just kind of reminds me again of parts of the world I'm powerless in. And that isn't the path that we want to take, right? Experiencing information like that can just be a call to awareness. Is this the path we want to take, humanity? Using child slaves in our meat industries? That just sounds so evil, right? Like the whole the whole sentence. Construction as well, which already makes so much carbon. I love the hair tussle, the look of sibling discomfort. That's priceless. Like, especially since she was trying to help, and I knew for a fact that whatever she was going to do wasn't gonna help unless she was getting a comb out and then absolutely mangling my head. I knew there was nothing gonna happen, so I was just like sitting with it. I was like, oh wait, Melty, progress is the path. There we go. Yes, exactly, Joe. Like, we don't want to already be there. We technically want to perpetually be going there, right? That's how our dopamine system works as well. That's why every single time you achieve a goal, you bask in that glory and then you set new ones, if that is something you do. The purpose shouldn't be goal setting. The purpose shouldn't be the goals itself. The purpose should be building on your path, moving yourself forward in the direction it is you want to be going, right? Like, really want to be going. And then to accept your responsibility therein. Yes, and it's so much work. So much freaking work. An absurd amount, even. Oh, and yet, we are here for it, alright? Apparently, that's our path. I didn't think our path would be an easy one. But it is going to be fun. Woo! Oh. Okay. Ended up doing well for himself. Yeah, Jesse Pinkman was the only one that actually kind of, survived that whole ordeal. So, here, Scarf helps again. Happy. They just busted a meat packaging facility. Working 12 to 14-year-old night shifts cleaning blood and guts of equipment. No, the kids were working until 6 a.m. and getting to school and chemical burns. That's absolutely horrific. In South Africa? South Africa? Oh, goodness. Towards a more perfect union means that we're not always going to be like this. Exactly. Karma yoga is great. Maulao. You know, I don't even know what karma yoga is. Hey, Google. What is karma yoga?
According to Wikipedia, Karma Yoga, also called Karma Marga, is one of the 4 classical spiritual paths in Hinduism, one based on the yoga of action, the others being Jnana Yoga, Raja Yoga and Bhakti Yoga.
To a karma yogi, right action is a form of prayer. It's interesting that you consider this karma yoga. I considered myself a bhakti yoga practitioner, more so. I guess at this point we're pretty much all of them, right? Pursuit of wisdom, pursuit of action, pursuit of love. And what's Raja again? Discipline. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What a trip. So it goes number 1, karma yoga, path of action, the yoga of selfless service to others. Then jnana yoga, path of knowledge, yoga to union with supreme thought intellect. So learning, essentially, at least to me. Bhakti yoga, the path of devotion, yoga of love to all beings. Raja yoga, the path of discipline, yoga to energize the body and mind. Sure. You're taking me down quite a trip right now, Hoopy. What an experience, man. Thank you. Thank you for planting seeds in my brain. Well, Wisconsin is our responsibility. It's all of our responsibility. But they did say sorry, right? He did say sorry. Oh my goodness. No, Miti. Susan asked where you are from. Oh, yes. I am from South Africa. Thank you. I see Maxine here as well. Just wanted to tell you again. Love you, dear friend. I don't know of many South African labor issues because we have very few jobs here in South Africa. People don't complain. They would rather keep their jobs. 30% of all of our people are unemployed, and 50% of all people under 30 are unemployed. I don't understand sometimes how it's not pandemonium. The amount of calm in this country gives me hope for the whole world. I have been saying that state needs to be fumigated for years. That state, Wisconsin, I'm guessing. Listen here. Our nation's surplus of bears and cheese, beer and cheese would not be so without them. For all their wars, we would not be America without them. That's the other thing as well, right? Oh, goodness. I only recently learned that government cheese was a thing. So much cheese, so much subsidies, so much brain damage, right? We actually got brain damage as society. All of us probably still have some brain damage. You're like, Milk, I don't have brain damage. Do you believe milk is good for you? That milk has calcium, so it's good for your bones, right? You can get more calcium you can get in all the milk you should be drinking in a day and like a single cup of spinach. Right? All right. And like only select few of the human population evolved, literally evolved to be able to process lactose later in their lives. But there was so much of it that they did have to try and convince people to drink it. And if you don't have access to a lot of nutrients and it's the only thing you have access to keep you alive, then obviously it's going to be a good source of food in a circumstance like that. But it's not something we're actually technically supposed to consume in excess, especially not the way they used to recommend we do. Subsidies, pumping milk. Like it's interesting where we are in history right now. And the internet is taking the reign from these people really quickly. We're learning information we were never supposed to know by their standards of what they want us to know. And that is hope inspiring, to me at least. I don't be to a lot of people. I'm out of water and I'm thirsty. Maybe I'll go and get some water. Hey, Joe. It's nice having you here, dude. I have been thinking a lot about how everyone is just a variation of everyone else. To not hate the evil person, but to hate the person's evil. We are all capable of it because it is us. Dude, I don't know why, Connor, but that came out as like a punk rock fucking line, dude. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm not sorry. I'm happy that I read it that way because it makes me feel it even more. My old Sum 41 days. It's coming. Yeah, it's coming. Love you, dude. I agree. I agree. We're not like, and for me, like yesterday's topic was kind of the same thing that's coming up for me in that kind of context of like people that aren't behaving in the way we think they're supposed to are still a part of this external change that we are experiencing, right? And yesterday's message was basically learn how to fall in love with the change instead of falling in love with aspects of the change, right? Right? Maybe some people change their behavior towards you and you like that change, but then they change their behaviors away from you and you don't like that change. And instead of becoming attached to the change you like and the change you don't like the change. Like it when it changes. And yeah, I think it's extra difficult to do that when it's other people, right? When people are acting unexpectedly. I'm running fractals that I don't know are helpful to share. Harming others without benefiting yourself harming environment, harming the planet, harming your friends, your family, your pets, without benefiting yourself. Right, that's where we go wrong. Because if you harm others to benefit yourself, then at least you're acting from some level of self-interest and you can be understood. If you help others by harming yourself, then we can feel helpless sometimes, taken advantage of. But if you can help others while helping yourself, you can empower. You can help align to at least some conceived right path. And a consensus needs to be reached of what that is, right? The closest thing that I can ever come to reaching a consensus of what that path should be again is the loving one. Where, like, if aliens had to come to Earth and ask them, if you had to make like a true false statement, what do you think is true about that planet and what do you think is false about that planet? Right? Oh, what's true about a planet? Love. Those people love like crazy. They care about people. Everybody is fed. People have places to sleep. Still booming economies because now people have the means to actually contribute and participate in what it was supposed to be a society. Right? We live in a society. Oh, goodness. And what's false about it? The belief of separation. They don't believe in separation. They understand it, but they don't assume it means anything. In the same way, you can think thoughts, right? Sometimes concerning ones, but that doesn't mean anything. Doesn't say anything about you. Doesn't make you less of a person. Doesn't make you evil. Just makes you imaginative, creative, infinite is my favorite word, right? That you do have the full spectrum of infinity in you. And what it is you do, what it is you say to people, have more impact than just the things that you think. And unfortunately, at least in this world, a lot of the steps we take physically. So yeah, speak, do, lovingly towards the world, and we're gonna have nice things, I'm sure. The world needs an enema. Goodness, I love that. The world could do with an enema, probably. You know, there's a lot of constipation of old ideas sticking around that don't want to be passed. I say we take off. No, please, and no, please. Don't carry their guilt. We do have innocence either. The truth is all. Heaven and hell without fractals. Exactly. Isn't that Joker from 19? I wish. I hope so. I do actually. Seriously, you just learned about government cheese, government butter, and powdered eggs too. It is indeed. Yeah. I don't live in America. We've never had any handouts ever, right? That's just not something that happens in South Africa. Especially not, oh goodness, cheese is like a commodity here. And yet, we do have a big dairy industry and meat industry here as well. And I have experienced the fractal of South Africa that is probably not the whole, not even remotely even. I'm still ignorant. Very silly boy. So yeah, excuse my ignorance. Sorry, Trophy. I have that choker tattooed on me. Of course you do. Don't forget your hair tie. No hair tie. Melty, the beginning of that is totally a punk lyric. I just can't remember the band. I feel it was rocking anyway. Griff, did you check out my website? Send it to me too, Duck Dad. Like a direct link, please, so I can check it out too. If the internet gets successfully centered, there will be no distinction between what is real or fake. The only option will be to the drop out entirely. if the internet, bruh, you do realize China has been trying to censor the internet since its conception, and they've been failing with the current level of technology. And China's citizens don't have access to, or won't have access to the same fractals we do in the Western society with these AI tools in the same way. So we'll be able to help them too, right? This, bruh, humanity is gonna win. There's a lot more of us. There's a lot more of us, and we are the valuable resource ultimately, right? Not anything else, not money, not food, not air, not gold nuggets. Human beings are the thing that is of value. And it is crazy to me how, through class systems, we have been able to convince ourselves that some people have less value than others. We need to reach an equilibrium. And I believe that's what the internet is here to do. It's going to be wacky. Oh, yeah. But you are it, Connor. The things you do, your discipline, will influence it, right? I heard this beautiful quote yesterday that went something like, self-confidence is the track record you have with yourself, right? So it's like the whole fake it till you make it is in a way self-fulfilling, because you are showing yourself, you are giving yourself a track record that you do show up for the thing that you believe in. You do take steps towards the future you want to live in. And you become your own self-fulfilling prophecy. It is your path after all, no matter how you choose to take it. You will be your self-fulfilling prophecy no matter what you choose to do, right? It's a little bit much sometimes. I have not yet, but I'll make a point to do it. No worries, dude. It's not going anywhere. I'm happy to hear that. Very interesting. If TPT, the pirate way, get their way, internet users will be authenticated, and anonymity will disappear. It has been been helping my folks prepare for their cross-country RV travels. Happy for them. They've needed to do it for years. They moved into their camper for this about 3 years back, but haven't journeyed. This Saturday is the day, finally. I haven't been able to travel because of my brother. He's irresponsible when it comes to jobs and money. I'm happy that they were there for him during his difficulties. The path we choose and the path we get to walk. You're opening more fractals. I feel you, Brother Joe. Happy for them. Texas to wear. Thank God my wife and I are both. It's her birthday today. Send her love for us as well. Love that, Mel. It really is self-fulfilling. You are a self-fulfilling prophecy. Build a track record of yourself, Connor, and realize that you already have track record, right? Can you point back to one singular day that you did a little bit of exercise at least? Yeah? Then there you go. Your track record of being someone who exercises has begun. And if you've done more than that, then you're just further along, right? We're all on the same path, unfortunately, towards death. I know that can be morbid, but we get to go there in love, right? In love with our experience, in love with our bodies enough to take care of it, knowing that when we take care of our bodies, it will take care of us. I'm gonna go get myself some water, but I'm not gonna get myself a hairband. I want to suffer. I must depart. Very fun stream today. Be well. Love you, Doug Dad. It was nice having you here, friend. Sending you good vibes. Good luck for your day. Strength. I can feel a little bit more energy in your spirit today than I did yesterday. I feel it for us all. Do you feel a little bit lighter than you did the day before? Hey, a friend. Sorry, 420 Blazed, for missing you. Ruban, the Daily Talk Show. I'm so sorry for missing you, friends. I see you now, looking at you. Thank you for all of the updates, Shan. I'm so glad I stuck around for this past half a year. Blessed to have you, friends. We're blessed to have you, dude. We're blessed to be growing with you, man. Like, none of us are done. There is no getting done to the path. Dying isn't dangerous. And neither is living. Choosing your path isn't going to be dangerous. Right? And that comes with some caveats, unfortunately. Right? Oh! My path is walking into a hungry lion enclosure, Melt. Oh, checkmate. Well, maybe that is your path. Maybe you get to live the 1 to, 10. I don't know. Hey, Google. How many people get killed by lions every year?
Here is information from Statista.
250, yeah. Like you get to be one of 250 people that get mauled to death by a lion. Right? That's pretty novel. All of us get to die. Not all of us get to die in that way. So who knows? Right? I'm not trying to encourage you. What I'm saying is don't be scared to live your life the way that you think you're supposed to. Right? Do no harm. Right? To yourself and to others. I know, like, it's hard not to do harm to ourselves. But try, and guarantee, please, that you don't harm others, like animals included, right? And I feel like a hypocrite right now because I still eat animal products, right? But I get to dissociate because I'm not physically harming them. I'm just being a passive bystander. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Our path will be one where we get to transition away from these things as well. Less harm, more love. More love. And we can still make money. You don't worry, friends, right? We don't have to stop making money. We don't have to stop living good lives. We just have to share a little bit more. Redistribute. I was like thinking about this fractal of me as a little kid, right? And this is coming along with something that I heard where the psychologist was talking about eating habits or the need to try and hoard food or keep it in your room or lock it in a drawer somewhere. And he was explaining how some kids, as a little kid, maybe they have siblings, maybe like a joking parent might take something from them, a chocolate bar or an apple or whatever, and that can form a traumatic memory that things aren't safe and you need to hold on to it, right? It's essential that you do. And it can become subconscious, something that you do without even having to think about it because it's so ingrained in you. And the closest thing that I have to that was this experience where we were on the road somewhere and my dad had eaten my apple, right? The apple was packed for me and I knew about it, but it wasn't my apple, at least now in hindsight, thinking from my dad's perspective. And my dad ate it. And then I asked my mom for the apple. And she told me that she gave it to a man. And the man was so hungry that he ate the apple with its core and all, right? And my dad used to, I don't know if he still does it, used to eat apples that way. Like he would eat the whole apple with the core as well. And then I saw this and I made the connection that this man that my mom gave my apple to was my dad. So my dad ate my apple. And I was confused why my mom wouldn't just tell me that my dad ate it. And also I felt smug for having figured it out, right? Like I knew she was lying to me, and I was holding that as like proof that I should be forming certain behavior. And being able to notice these kinks in our own paths, I believe, can allow us a certain level of perspective as well. Noticing, noticing why we show up the way we do, why we keep doing the same things over and over again, and what path we want to be taking. Journaling has helped me. It has, because I write down the things that I fuck up with, and it feels a little bit more in my face then, where I'm like, yeah, another day, another fuck up. I did that sugar eating thing again, and I know I'm not supposed to. I've actually been pretty good with it, but like for me, it's more like the amount of times I sit down and I write about it again. Right? It's like it's almost like I'm asking the universe for guidance. I'm like, why universe? Why? Why is it so hard to say no to sugar? Why? Why is it so hard? And it's like, because you're hungry. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I start eating, and I reach a level of satiety where I'm just okay enough to not want to eat a lot. So I'd rather eat something simple. And the simple things usually end up being something small and sugary. And then that awakens the beast. And then it prompts me. It's like, eat a lot of sugar. Do it. And then sometimes I do. Right? And then I hate myself. And I shouldn't hate myself. Right? We were talking about kindness in that way as well. Where even though I've made these mistakes, I just be like, hey dude, you made that mistake. You're gonna feel like shit today. It's okay. We did that. We can move forward a little bit more gracefully, and that has helped. But that hasn't been that hasn't been the case always. And these days, I've been still allowing myself to eat sugar, but more mindfully, I guess. Right? Not trying to cut it out completely anymore, but like a cherry on top of the healthy food I'm supposed to be eating. What a healthy relationship with food is supposed to be, the right path to take with food, is so confusing in our day and age as well. There's so much information out there. And diets don't work, apparently, right? They just cause more eating disorders, statistically, at least. The right path. Oh, goodness. Can be a treacherous one, but not because the path is treacherous, just because the demons, trying to veer you off of it, might be. It's like walking on a tightrope sometimes, and you feel like you're going to fall onto something, but you forget that the tightrope is actually just on the ground. You can just step back on the rope after you step off. Love that. Melt is so musical today, saying you love to. Rawr. I'm okay to get off the path if you see a Waffle House and want some hash browns. Taking breaks is encouraged. Yes. I feel like I'm being encouraged to take a break from my body right now. He said, that's pretty novel. I want to go with a bang. What? No, that we wonder. Not all those who wander are lost. There we go, Gandalf. I've always liked that quote. It's one of my favorites as well. When you eat the core, you are hardcore. Yeah, I've done it as well. Oh, Mel, this reminds me. Yesterday, I tried frozen mango with the skin. I dig it. Yeah. Yeah, the skin is not bad, huh? It's just like a layer of fiber, basically. And it tastes mostly like mango. It doesn't even have a bitter taste to it. Now you're making me crave mangoes. Instantly, my mind is like, mangoes? Where? Where? I see mangoes in my brain. Show me where the mangoes are. Probably just chicken and broccoli. I would like someone to give me a sheet of paper of what to eat and how to make it and eat that literally every week of my life. I'm a simple guy. Probably just chicken and broccoli. That's what I've been doing, dude. I've been eating chicken eggs for like weeks. Because it's easy. And I don't have time. I eat only one meal a day for that reason as well. Chicken breasts, diced up, or kind of like fried on their sides, and eggs. So much eggs. Lots of eggs. Because they're 50-50 of protein and fats. And the fats they have are pretty good for you. Balanced. Micronutrients. I don't think the Quail appreciates me talking about. Don't poop on me again, please. I'm sorry, I'll shut up about the eggs. I mean, eggs are horrible. Don't eat eggs, they're bad for you. No, silence means it approves. Susanna Lozano, it's nice having you here. My dog's name is Mango. She was just like, whoa, Mango. I love mango. I like eating mango. Dog starts doing 360s around the couch, trying to run away from this person on the screen, being like, I like eating mangoes. Am I anthropomorphizing? Yes. I like it sometimes. Eat the rainbow, Connor. Oh, goodness. My practitioner basically does that too, nurse. There we go. Consider it. Guntoons. Might be a way out, dude. So I see you got 4 eggs. Yes, Joy Vive. Yes, like eggs really is like one of those things that I've almost taken for granted, right? It's like it's an emotional thing. It's that little kid version of me, feeling like I'm safe, feeling like I have food to eat. And with all of the data my brain has consumed and the amount of effort I have to invest to get something to eat, eggs fall in between that Vesica Pisces, right? Healthy foods you can eat, least amount of effort, and then there's this slither of chicken breasts and eggs. And my brain is like, oh wait, this I can do. this I can do. And then suddenly one of those options was just disintegreer, gone. And I had a mild panic attack. A fractal that I've been participating in for so long. Felt lost. I'm being dramatic. I was being dramatic then as well. I hope so, at least. Maybe I didn't sound that way. I've been juicing lately. Helps with energy and clarity. What have you been juicing? I hope you get some greens in as well. 1 serving of chia seeds has as much protein as an egg and as much fiber as a stalk of broccoli. You see, I eat like 10 eggs a day. Hey Google, how much is a serving of chia seeds?
About 2.5 tablespoons. According to Mayo Clinic Health System, 1 serving of dried chia seeds is about 2.5 tablespoons.
Like, she is right about the protein though. Right? 1 serving, yeah, you get about 5 grams. Right? Yeah. 5 to 6. Maybe I should do more of that. That's not a bad idea, actually. Can I do it with yogurt? 2.5 tablespoons. I can do it as a supplement. I'd like to have more fractals of protein sources and fibers and stuff in my body. Thank you. 10 grams of fiber. You're right about that. 12 grams of carbohydrates. 9 grams of fat. And 8 grams of it is a heart-healthy fats. Nice. Thank you for the recommendation. I think we might have some. No? Maybe. I'll go and check. Chia seeds swell up in water though, right? Do you have to kind of like have that done to get all of the nutrients out of it, or can you eat them dry? Like, can you can you? I'm so sorry, but this is really how my brain works. Can you like throw a cup of seeds into your face, and then on the other hand have water and just gulp the seeds down like an insane person? I would never do such a thing. No, no, not me. But if someone were so insane to do something like that, do let me know if that's something you can do. It's not that bad. I'm just basically tripping myself out about how I've been, drinking protein powder these last days. Like it's the amount of protein you're supposed to get if you're supposed. I'm tripping out about the way bodies are supposed to work. Okay, it's one of those things where I feel like I'm not walking on the right path, not feeding myself enough, right? So with a protein shake, you can take some water, put a scoop of stuff in it, break a bunch of eggs in it, and then down it. And then the whole meal prep process, again with the whole Vesica Pisces thing, is like minutes. Like actual, the whole process, if you're slow, probably takes 2 minutes. Consumption included. Because I can't drink it like it's a drink. I have to drink it like it needs to be drunk. Like it needs to be it can disappear right now because it has eggs in it and I can taste the eggs. And I'm not supposed to taste the eggs. The eggs are supposed to help me grow. I'm a growing little boy. Need to grow strong. Oh goodness. Food, yo. Freaking food. And if I don't do that, then I'm hungry and I'm angry and my body is like, we're we're dying, aren't we? Starvation is upon us. Oh my. Guess we're gonna down-regulate your metabolism, down-regulate the amount of energy your brain receives, down-regulate the amount of energy we feel you should be aware of is available in your legs. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, suffer. And I'm like, please, dude. And then it's like, yeah, you will feel so much better if you ate a bunch of sugar. And momentarily you do. You do. And then you don't. And then you feel horrible. And then you step off the path. That is the single best advice I've received. Love you, friend. Thank you for joining me. The best way to avoid eating late at night or to eat junk food is to make sure you're not hungry. And I was like, huh. Yeah. Oh, okay. And the stuff that satiates us the most is the stuff rich in, fibers as well, proteins, fats. Carbs just end up making us more hungry, unfortunately. I made raspberry mango coconut chia pudding for breakfast for the next few days. Super mega yum. That does sound kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie. Raspberry mango coconut chia pudding. Like that just sounds like like all of this. Like it sounds almost too good to be true. Is what my brain is saying. Healthy and pudding and stuff. Sounds nice. I'm surveying. I put chia in my oatmeal and ice cream. Sounds so nice. Yes, we had the same problem in the US as a whole with the bird flu, causing massive shortages. At least you only ran out. Yeah, it's true. I like eggs and broccoli. I don't want to eat chia seeds. I like egg. Well, why no protein for dinner, Sham? My practitioner told me oats, protein, and veggies for breakfast, some fruit for a snack, oats and protein for lunch, an hour later, and then raw veggies, usually roasted, for dinner. I'm curious as well. As long as you're not hungry at that time, I'm guessing it's gonna work for you. Have a great time, Susanna. Love you, friend. Go and do some nice yoga. Sending you good vibes. You'd want to put the chia seeds also to yoga. I'm so angry if I get too hungry. When I get nauseous and I just a bad scene all around. I feel you. I feel you, Joy V. Like the only thing I get sick I fuck, I'm hypoglycemic. I have to keep snacks in my truck and purse at all times. Same. I have tried to transition away from eating regularly, and I know it's not an option for a lot of people. But I think the best thing we can do is just eat foods that release and spike our insulin less, right? So maybe it's not bad that we have snacks and we need snacks all the time, but what snacks we choose to eat. But I'm not a health professional and I know nothing. I only know what works for my body, and each and every single one of us have a body of our own that we have to try and keep on this path that we call life for as long as we can. So I'm encouraging you to do that. Find what works for you, find what keeps you healthy, and do that. Stay healthy, stay alive. I want to see you in the year 2045. I only said 45 because I wanted to rhyme. 44. It's in store. Okay. I want to lose 20 pounds in a week. I miss wrestling. 20 pounds in a week. Well, I don't know if that's possible. 20 pounds in a week is too much, I think. But losing 20 pounds in a month, that's not undoable. I lost my 20 pounds in like 2 months. And I feel good with where I am right now. But I realize that there is a level of plateau that you reach as well. Your body becomes comfortable being a certain body weight, and then it wants to keep telling you to be that body weight. And it's like a extreme mental battle against yourself. But it is one you can win. It is one you get better at. And it is one that requires some discipline and some grit. You now have to grind your teeth even sometimes. It's a lot of work. But I know that we're not doing it again. And this is what I want to encourage, just as a reminder for all of us. We don't take care of ourselves, eat better food, because we hate ourselves, right? It's a love for ourselves, right? And again, from this perspective of trying to take the right path, you're not trying to take the right path because you hate the wrong path. You take the right path because you love the right path. You love people. You love helping, you love seeing the world become a better, more harmonious place. More space, more freedom, more capacity for expression, more beauty, more justice. I want to echo again, freedom, real freedom. And unfortunately, in my mind, it comes with this caveat, little asterisks, with limitations. Your freedoms need limitations, right? And that's not me saying it. That's the mind trying to generate clauses for itself. Get them stretches, yeah. I like to keep a lot of fruit around, and I like to have fruit and cheese and bread for a snack. Sounds nice. 20 pounds in a week sounds like water weight loss. It does. Water weight for sure. I remember my first practice. I lost 10 pounds in a couple of hours. Most I have ever sweat. Goodness. I'm very experienced in unhealthy weight loss. Water is so important. I have to leave and get a kiddo. Kalex wanted to say hi to everyone. Say hi to Kalex for us as well. Thank you, Natalie. Take care of yourself. I notice when I eat fruits and veggies, then I crash. It's a lot sooner and more intense. Carbs are something that helps me stay even most of the time. Yeah. It's interesting how bodies differ. 10 pounds in a couple of hours. How big was that poop? Not mine, unfortunately. Wish I could say. Mostly, apparently, sweat. I absolutely could again love to you. Yeah, we do need some of those to keep the lights on, beans. Carbohydrates. I've noticed that there are these patterns, right? And I've never, fortunately, had diabetes or I've been hypoglycemic. So my fractal is obviously different. But with keto diets, there is a lot of energy on the other side, but there is still craving, right? And that is the thing that feels unsustainable more than anything. And I know that sugar isn't good for me, right? At least not the way that we consume it these days. It's too easy and it's too quick and it spikes our insulin too much, right? There's too many twos at the same time. And again, if I eat protein rich meals and enough, then I don't crave as much. So I'm still eating mostly keto diet, but I'm allowing myself some sprinkles of carbohydrates, like a cherry on top of the cake, but not as something like it is less than 10% of my totally calorie intake. That's the way I think of it. Do you think starting a fast after eating bad foods the day before will have any effect? That's what I usually do, Connor. It's usually like me reaching a point of something needs to change, right? And then I go on a fast. Between 2 and 4 days seems to be my current comfortable point, right? Because then I reach a level where I lose a lot of weight really quickly. Most of it water weight as well, because your body, without carbohydrates in your muscles, release water weight as well. So you lose, at least conceptually, a lot of weight. You start eating into your fat storages. You autophagize most of the, burnt material, metaphorically speaking. And then I'd like to, when I break my fast, try and reincorporate the foods that I actually want to be eating, right? Because then you reach a level of kind of like wanting to eat again, and then you get to make this conscious decision to eat stuff that actually serve you. And the worst thing for you to do is spike your insulin instantaneously when you come out of a fast, right? Like you want it to be gradual, introducing, potentially protein is the best thing to eat first thing, like a protein rich soup, for example, would be great for your body. Fats kind of expect your body to produce some bile to break that up. And carbohydrates are just like instantaneous. It's like wham, goes straight into your blood. It's not quite that fast, but it really is actually. Spikes your insulin like literally. You can we have these live glucose monitors these days. Okay, you can see how much sugar there is in your blood, and the higher that number spikes, it's like think of it as like as a toxin, flooding your entire blood. Like there's literally glucose in your blood that's being detected, and that glucose number going up causes inflammation all over our bodies. It hurts us, and then our body releases a bunch of insulin to get that harm under control. And if your body doesn't release insulin, it kills you. It actually kills you. That's why we have, the technology like insulin keeping people alive. The fact that people don't have access to that stuff also is beyond me. And it really is this trip of watching, right? And we have live data these days of how certain things spike our insulin, spike our response. Blueberries and raspberries. Strawberries are pretty good as well as great fruits that you can incorporate into your diet that still give you good carbohydrates, antioxidants, vitamins, micronutrients without spiking your insulin as high. Oh, it's of everything: carbs, fats, proteins, and fiber. It's true. Lolo is joining us too. Sending you love, dude. Nice having you. You're gonna have a good time, tuners. You're not gonna have a good time. Weirdly enough, that's how most of my fasts have started. So it might just be you know, a matter of your personal experience. Find out, test your body, do it mindfully. Make sure you get your carbohydrates. Make sure you drink enough water. Make sure you listen to yourself when you feel something needs to change. I think we're gonna pull a card and say goodbye for today. It was a nice stream and a good amount of fun. The dance was quite an experience as well. My heart was exploding. I just need a fresh start. What is your meal plan, Melt? Chicken breasts and eggs. That's what I eat. And then now I have a protein whey protein supplement. So like the byproduct of cheese as a powder that I can put in water and then slurp down to get more protein. And then I put 2 eggs in a single scoop of protein powder, which gives me like 25 grams of protein from the powder and about 10 to 12 from the eggs total, and then some fats with the eggs as well, of course. Yeah, that's basically been my meal plan, and I don't know if I'd recommend that. I don't know if that's a healthy diet, but it is something that I can sustain right now. I drink a multivitamin just so that I get at least some of my vitamins in. But yeah, I want to be eating foods that build me instead of break me, right? And it includes this path that I'm trying to walk on. I feel the path of sugar is a destructive one to me. Like I don't like let's build an analogy, right? We have little packets filled with one of three things. One of the packets is filled with bits of meat, right? Let's say they're dried, very tasty, right? Soft and chewy still. I don't know if that's more disgusting or better. Bear with me. Another little packet has bits of sugar, right? Little pieces of chewy candy. Maybe even the same consistency, right? The same amount of chewiness as the meat. Let's keep it unanimous all around. And, has like different flavors as well. Very sweet. And then the third packet has like some sort of cheesy substance, highly fat saturated, right? Also the same chewy consistency. If I had to sit down and get myself a little packet, if I had one of these three options, infinitely dispensing next to me, and I had to get myself a packet of the meats and sit down and eat it, a packet, and these are three different fractals of myself experiencing this, right? So starting from an empty stomach, being very hungry after dancing the way I have, for example, sitting down and then starting to eat something. I will probably eat 11 or 15 of the sugar packs. I'll probably eat 7 of the protein packs, and I'll probably eat like 4 of the fat packs, right? And that is for me the appeal. More so than sugar is bad for me and protein is good for me, it's the amount of quantity. Unfortunately, I do have a certain level of guilt around eating, and I don't know if it's psychological manipulation from the industry, the guilt I have to now carry enjoying the eating of meat, for example. Right? I thank the chickens that give their breasts when I eat them. It's weird, but I do acknowledge them as well, right? But I do feel guilty still, and I would like for that guilt to go away. But I feel less guilty about that than I do over stuffing my face with sugar, right? Like it being this perpetual motion, where as soon as I'm done eating this sugary substance I was eating, be it chips, be it candy, be it ice cream, be it popcorn, be it cookies, right? There is this weird demon inside of me where as soon as I'm done, it's like, okay, again. And then if I'm not aware, I go away. Guess we're doing it again, and then I eat again, and then I'm done, and then it's like away again. And then the more I can't listen, the more I falter in my own mind. I don't walk the path of, you know, modesty, I guess, right? Balance, I think is better. Balance, love, if you will. The worse I feel, right? More guilt in that way again. Food. This is murdering my soul just talking about this because I feel like you friends probably understand exactly what I'm talking about, and yet it's so personal to every single one of us. Like I don't know your relationship with food, and yet this relationship with food that we have. Such a trip. Such a trip. Sorry. When I ate keto for almost a year, sugar tasted so gross to me. Then I went back to my old ways. And it's so easy, right? That's the thing. Like your body realizes that it doesn't actually enjoy it, but it's such an easy source of protein, source of energy, and your brain is going to release dopamine when you eat it. It's almost impossible to stop. I hate preparing food sometimes. So I've been baking some Kodiak pancakes in a pan and eating that as breakfast and lunch. I understand what you're talking about for sure. Love you, Fortuny lays it. You're not alone. And I don't believe, and then this is kind of, counter to what I actually usually say, but I don't believe it's our fault, right? It still is our fault as much as us taking the food and putting it in our own mouths and chewing and swallowing is our own fault. But the amount of indoctrination, the amount of hard work, the millions, billions of dollars of advertising to get us addicted to sugar, that I don't think is our fault, right? And it's gonna take a lot of conscious work to get past that. But I do believe we're capable of it. We shouldn't be hurting ourselves when we're not always on that path of getting past that, but we should be mindful that we're on a path of getting past it, right? Embracing the path day by day, moment by moment, getting better at it, seeing it as a novelty experience because that's what it was always meant to be, right? Sugar was always supposed to be a very rare novelty experience that the human being gets to have, like drugs, right? Like actual drugs. You have it every now and then because it's a only every now and then kind of experience, it has significance and novelty to it. But if it's a all the time, every day kind of thing, then of course it's going to be bad for us. Of course. But the people that sell these drugs want you to be doing them all the time, every day, because that's how they make money, right? So it's this balance. It is this balance that you are actively having to walk, and you're strong. You're doing better than you know. Keep walking. We're on the path. We're getting better at it. I'm happy how these streams, kind of just find legs of their own and start walking on a path of their own, if you will. I agree. It's not our fault. Sugar is everywhere. But we have the knowledge, and now it's up to us to take the initiative to not eat it. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. just just like that. So easy. You do yoga with your mom. That's so wholesome. I wish all of us could be yoga with momming. I get to give up. Again, love to you. I know water is important. Do you think? No, no, no. Just need fresh air. What is your fresh start again? I would do boot camp diet if you don't have a problem with disgusting amounts of cottage cheese and grapefruit. Grapefruit is great for you. I'm not opposed. Melt is not a medical professional. Why do you all ask him these things? It's true. Yeah. I'm just some dude. I'm more a cheerleader to your divinity than anything. Right? Uh, that's how I want you to see me, was the words that were gonna come out of my mouth. And then I was like, people get to see you however they want to, asshole. And I was like, fine, fine. Fine. I am just a mirror, right? Another way to say it. I'm a mirror to you, right? You get to see the same struggles, even though I'm growing up in a different environment, different family, different life circumstances, different upbringing, different taste in music, different vices when it comes to food, substances, mine is weed, coffee, very occasionally LSD, mushrooms. I haven't taken MDMA in a long time. I'm taking all the cards. Taken 2CB 3 times. Right? But I don't feel these things are vices to me. And then I'm noticing the things that I have the hardest time with. And right front and center is sugar. And it's crazy to me how no matter where we are, like we all have to eat food, right? That is the one thing that connects us, I guess, in a weird way as well. All around us, we have access to so much food, and yet the quality of food we have access to has been far from improved, right? Some of it probably has freshness, getting something that is still palatable, right? After weeks on a boat or whatever. Like we have reached that level, I guess. God damn. How do we take better care of people? Are we gonna be shipping out big boxes of green powders that people have to drink all over the world? We're already doing that, Melt. I know. I know we're doing that right now. I want to be a part of the people that get green powder shipped to their house so they can drink green sludge because they don't eat healthy enough. Oh, but they don't ship to South Africa. And the people that do import it charge insane prices to resell it, like $250 per month to drink green sludge. And I'm like, yeah, no. No, I won't. I won't. Calamitous cheese, my friend. Seeing you. We're talking about cheese by extension. I'm talking about you. It's nice having you here. It seems to be working for him. Just wondering. Is it though? Melt seems to have serious disordered eating to me, saying with so much love, find your own way, Connor. I would agree with you, Joy Vive. I do not think my way of eating should be a model for how everybody is supposed to do it. If anything, I consider myself a lab, right? This human body, to me, as a scientist, which I do consider myself, probably erroneously. Hey, Google, what is a scientist? A scientist, a person who is studying or has expert knowledge of one or more of the natural or physical sciences. So whatever science adjacent is, right? The metaphysical. I consider myself a metaphysical scientist. And this is now me, my ego speaking mostly. So do tolerate this for a moment, just so I can get this point out. From that perspective, that scientist perspective, this is my lab, right? So on this path that I'm taking, the food I put into my body, the substances I put into my body influence the experience I get to have, right? And if I'm being mindful and I want my lab to continue functioning the way it's supposed to, I should be doing the things that I know serve my lab. And even though I do agree with Joy Vive in saying that my eating is a little bit disordered, I also believe in the grand scheme of things, that is more ordered than what we considered ordered eating right now, right? Because in our daily lives, and especially in yours, Joy Vive, you have to keep eating food, right? Otherwise, you can literally die if your blood sugar drops below a certain level. So I understand that completely, and I'm not trying to bash you. I'm just sharing from the statistical perspective of how people used to live. Feast and famine used to be the way, where sometimes you would eat as much as you can so you can get some body fat, get all of that energy inside your body, and then there would be no food and you would go without it and you would lose all of that body fat again and then you would get to eat again, sometimes more, sometimes less, right? That was the human case. That was how we evolved to survive. And now we live in a world where we have access to food 24/7. And I have just tried to mindfully be able to abstain from food, to allow my body, my microbiome, to recover from this amount of perpetual noise that I sometimes put into myself. And we don't have the clearest data. And as we're going to go forward, because I do consider myself my own experiment, I am going to be probably getting more and more biosensors. And I'll be willing to share that information with you, friends, right? So that we can together learn, at least from my perspective, what works for this lab, right? And I'm never going to be like, this is the only way to do it. I'm going to encourage you to see for yourself, right? Like my encouragement always is, what we talk about in these streams, is listen for yourself, test it, and then keep what works, right? Keep what works in your life. So, unfortunately, at the same time, I do encourage you to find for yourself that you are on your own path, right? All of us are. And all of us don't have access to the same things. The green sludge, for example, right? Some of your friends are like, what the hell is Mel talking about? I don't even want to say their name, lest they sponsor me or something, right? Suddenly I say their name and I instantly get an email. Oh, wait, dude. Now you officially, verbally signed a contract over the internet that now bounds you and your name to us forever. Athletic greens, right? Like literally just apparently vegetables powdered that you get to scoop into water and then drink, and then you get most of your vitamins. And their marketing has me, They have people that I respect repping them, and I'm like, bro, damn it. I don't want to buy things. I don't want to buy the things, please. Say, Mel, sugar is crazy addictive and in everything. I love you, friends, so much. We're getting better at it. I put part of the blame on the food industry. I grew up eating junk because that was what we could afford. Exactly. So much easier to buy yourself a pack of chips and a cold drink than make yourself a nice chicken sandwich, for example. It's a weird world. I feel better eating less often for sure. Me too, unfortunately, but I know it's not for everybody. I need to destroy myself before I can build it up again. For men, it sometimes feels that way, Joy Vive. It sometimes feels that way. I don't know if you were here for the stream on Legacy, Brother Connor, but I'm gonna have to agree with Joy Vive. Legacy, your legacy, doesn't have to be built next to this legacy that you've built, right? Your legacy can be in your mind not as good as it could be right now. But you aren't going to just start on a new plot of land and start building your castle all over again. You already have a castle. You just have to spruce it up, right? Build your legacy on that ground, on yourself, on this version of who you are. Doesn't have to be broken down. Needs to be built up. Build yourself up. Oh, give yourself accountability. Trust yourself. I like this topic. The body metabolizing its reserves releases that growth hormone. That it does as well. You're completely right. At least my body is easier to go from overweight to healthy than someone who is skinny. Easier to destroy that build. Yeah, and our bodies get used to it as well. Like, if you've gone through fasting windows, like, and you have, Connor, with your, like, time in wrestling as well, your body knows what to do, to say it in so many words, right? If you stop eating carbohydrates, drink enough water, and you don't spike your insulin again, it's going to start metabolizing your fat. making ketones out of it so you can continue living. That's pretty true for most people in the world, right? Consult your medical professional and all that. But our bodies are built out of ketones in the womb, right? The mother doesn't use proteins, doesn't use fat cells, but uses ketone bodies to assemble the baby. That's trippy to me. And it makes sense. Oh, have you tried the new Soylent Red? Please no, Soylent Green is people. Science fiction precedes science. I don't know if I was talking about Soylent Green. I was talking about Athletic Greens, but it's probably the same thing. Maybe I think they rebranded from Soylent Greens to Athletic Greens. Maybe, or maybe it's just AG Greens or something. Please, new vices are the sugar-free Quest bars, cookies, drinks, good macros, but a lot of sweeteners. That's also not great. But at least you're getting good macros, right? So, silver linings, trying to step on the right path, right, while pretending. Ooh, I'm stepping on the wrong path. But actually, you're stepping on. Ooh, I'm gonna step on the wrong path. I missed this space, and we missed you, Rambler. Sending you love, dear friend. 811 where you are, 1111 where Shan is. On that note, for Connor as well, we'll pull a card. Send your vibes. Okay, just making sure I'm pulling on the wrong side. Send your vibes. Which card would you like to see? Which card would you like to see? This one? Ooh, that's a good card. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good card you pulled. Upside down, though. Let me pull it upside down. Let's see what the upside down meaning means first before I show you. Oh, man. No, yeah. That's so brutal. Oh, yo. So brutal. I'll read the upside down meaning first, just so we can get a little bit schooled, and then we'll get ourselves unschooled. We pulled Earth Prayers. Bunch of praying hands holding the earth. We were talking about the Vesica Pisces. How many times on stream today? And there's an actual Vesica Pisces on this freaking card. My brain is melting. Yeah. We are in tune. We are in tune. We are the intersection point, the Vesica Pisces. Stewardship and relationship. Nope. Stewardship and sustainability, excuse me. Embedded in this card is, I should read the upside down meaning first. You're right, sorry. Apathy and lack of foresight cloud your decisions. Consciously return to an attitude of stewardship and begin again to live your prayers. Live your prayers, right? Walk the path that you want to be walking by walking it, right? Live those prayers. Live that path that you want to be living. Embedded in this card is complex geometry that begins as the flower of life and then transforms into tetrahedral patterns, forming a protective divine matrix around the planet Earth. The birth portal at the center of the Vesica Pisces, our home, Mother Earth shines in beauty and grace. Many colored hands surround and reside within these patterns, symbolizing participation of all beings in stewardship and sustainability. Sending love to Duck Dad right now as well. Uncle Becky too. Stewardship denotes understanding that there is spirit in everything and that everything is connected. It implies awareness that each of our actions, whether it is growing a vegetable, cutting a tree, or using natural resources, affects the whole. Even our thoughts have this power. Being stewards of the earth doesn't mean living without abundance or placing judgments on the stories on the actions of others or ourselves. We were talking about we can still make money, right? The amount of fractals. We were talking about the whole our thoughts having power as well, and then what we say having more in my mind from the path, the action perspective, and then what we do even more so, right? It doesn't mean placing judgment. It does mean living with a sense of connectedness and a relationship with all beings and respect for the earth. Several indigenous tribes believe we must consider the effects of all our actions and demonstrate stewardship to the seventh generation. How might your daily actions and decisions be affected as you consider their effects 7 generations into the future? How does your path, the path you consider you're supposed to be walking, how does that imagination feel? How is it affected when you think of it 7 generations into the future? Hot damn, that's too much almost. Are you considering this question, as you consider this question, and feel the tenderness of this time in Earth's story, realize also the power of your prayers and intentions. See and feel the earth as abundant and self sustaining. See and feel humans treading lightly upon her land and making decisions that will defend rather than wound the earth. How can you more fully live with an attitude of stewardship? You, hot damn. Life has been rocky, Sean. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, though. Thanks for asking. How have you been? I'm happy to hear you're at least feeling you're not at the start of the tunnel anymore, Brother Rambler. Thank you for still showing up, dude. That's the power that I see. Right? The fact that we know now that Rambler's Fractal has been a little bit more difficult, and yet still same old loving being. Same for Shan, same for Maxine, same for Jovan, Connor, Corey, Joe Shaw, Uncle Becky and Aunt B, Hoopty, Kyle and Gobbity Goo, Joy V too, Melita, Lindsay, Louisiana, Brother Ryan, Little Red, Mom and Dad. Like it's almost like I'm in fractals that I see faces. Different teachers, different places in my brain, taking up different spaces in my heart. Brother Rambler, we love you. It's nice having you here. 7 generations, dude. 7 generations. That's a lot of generations to consider. And yet you are, dude. You are doing that, right? You're working the land. You're doing the job that was, at least initially, intended for man. I just use the word man because it rhymes. Okay. I'm not the misogynistics. I'm not. Wishing you light and ease, Brother Rambler. Love you. Thank you, Joy V. Thank you for that lightness that you're sharing. I'm so sorry. Guess me. I'm so sorry for only seeing you now, friend. It's nice having you here. I am getting to the end of the stream. Shan sending. I'm happy you can see the light. I've been alright. Working hard on my becoming a batch flower registered practitioner. 2 more classes to go. Then a few months of working with an assessor. We're gonna have some practice calls as well. Kwe is right. I agree, Kwe full. Kwe! Kwe! Yeah, Kwe Kwe. Yeah, Kwe. More Kwe. More Kwe for us. More Kwe. Oh, other Kwe. You wanna see them? That's them. A bit more to the side. They're sitting up high. I hope you can see them. Let's see if I can zoom. Oh, one of them flew. That's a cuervo. Wham. Yeah. They're like basically wild parrots. Very nice. Thank you so much, everyone. So good to know. Even when things are rocky, you wonderful people are in the space holding it down. Always open to you too, Brother Rambler. And you're never gone, dude. We're always in this exact same moment, right? Even now that I'm ending the stream, I'm not disappearing. Believe it or not, I do not cease to exist when I turn the screen off. My AI overlords are letting me process. Yeah, believe I continue.
Where's y'all?
Keep existing, right? We're gonna still be on this path. We're still gonna be on this path towards our infinity. All of us collectively keep showing up for love. It's intimidating for almost everyone, Shan. You got this. Setting up a business is intimidating, but I'm here for it. Yeah, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it, right? Exactly. Can't believe how well the scarf worked for the win. I'm so happy that I, came to that conclusion. Yeah, we're gonna get some quays now. Oh, quay. Got Lofters in the background, quaying as well. Quay, 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 squay, quay, 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 squay, 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 at a minute, square, square. I'm feeling one with nature. Thank you, friends, for joining me for the stream. So amazing, Shan. So much love being sent your way. I can't believe how well Scarf went. Ain't no work to lay around and keep the party going. I think there's like a noise off happening between the Quaefools and the Katlachters. It's happening from that general direction. It's nice. So much life. So amazing, Shan. They sound like babies going wah wah. Oh, it's so when you burp. Yeah, the Katlachters are definitely encroaching. The Quaefools are like trying to square them away. Battle of the Burbs. I love the quiz. There she is. I was wondering if you're here actually for it, Jovan. Thank you. Your friends sharing some time with me. As insane as these moments can sometimes be, I appreciate you spending it with me. Something has stirred the critters. I'd be worried if they suddenly stop. I just think they're stirring each other. They're like, yeah, this is our base now. This is our place. And the Quaefools are like, nah. No, it's not funny. I've got school. Nah, it's not funny. Oh, it's not funny. The Quaefools are saying, it's not funny, bro. This is my place. Leave me. Don't forget Connor's card. Did Connor ask for one? I didn't even see. Is he still here? I really didn't see Connor ask. I'll do one for him though. Thank you for asking, Jarviv. It's gonna be 2 hours, 22 minutes just now. Heading towards the 22nd second. As soon as it hits 22, I'm gonna pull a card. There's 9 friends watching and there's 9 up dudes right now. So there's synchronicity in that as well. And stop. This one. Excuse me. The dodecahedron. Are you gonna go get dodecahedron, Connor? This is for you, O. Pucker up. Let's hear what it says. Card number 35. Divine Thought. Choosing this card connects you with divine thought and asks you to contemplate the truth of universal oneness. Especially that craziness, right? That's what it feels like inside my brain most times. Maybe this is the way it's supposed to be experienced. divine thought. Both metaphysics and quantum physics affirm that we are part and parcel of every particle of energy and one with all of creation. Consciously move into your breath and connect with the prana force that resides there. Feel yourself moving away from the concept of duality and separation into experience of oneness and unity with all of life. Breathe deeply and enjoy a feeling of harmony within your being. Visualize how this divine thought will affect your present life. Celebrate the shifts that you are making and realize how they will aid all of humanity in our intentional evolution from polarity consciousness to divine oneness. That's a card, if I've ever heard one, for our beloved Connor. Hey, Guadalupe, it's nice seeing you again. Squirrel dropping his mixtape soon. Take care, Melton friends. Love you, Blaze It. Thank you for joining us. Thank all of you for joining me. It was nice having you friends here. For a moment to consciously evolve. Go and share love. Thank you for sharing love with me. I'll see you again soon on the same path that we're on. Alright? Walking the path, walking the path. Love you. Oh my goodness, the animals just got so loud. And then peace. Yes. Yes, it was me, surely. I was so peaceful. I went from chaos of mind to reading that card and having calmness within the divine oneness, knowing that those birds are me. And I'm doing this to myself. And I can just stop. Oh. Yes, perfect. Thank you. I was gonna call myself out, being like, that's a bunch of bullshit. I'm joking, of course. And then the Queffel was like, yeah, right, asshole. It's me, birds and burbs. Love you, Connor. Love you all. Love you. See you soon. Cheers.